Hello friends, welcome back to Fire Emblem, the Sacred Stones. Last time we were informed that it's a trap, and today we're following a guy who is totally not at all a traitor, down to where we think our brother might be held, even though we have no proof at all, other than this guy's word. You think he's a bad guy? How fair, Renee? The king is dead. Perhaps you should entrust the bracelets to someone else. That's what I imagine him sounding like. Very much a zombie. Give them to me or Seth. Let someone you trust guard them. The Empire desires your bracelet. You're in danger as long as you hold it. That's not it's not an incorrect statement. Can't you see I'm unarmed? Yeah, I disarmed you at the last battle. You haven't had a weapon for some time. It's a lot of questions from Seth. Also, why do you have a sword? Is a good question. We've never met. I am Torado. Hey, it's one of Walter's guys. Your brother isn't here. No, managed to escape, kill a whole bunch of guys. Took the castle for a little bit. It was me all along, Austin. I am the one who was the ballicker. That's what this guy likes to say. What a turd bucket. The no doubt emotional reunion will have to wait until the afterlife. Hello. Okay. For this map, we get 9 people. There are a bunch of chests. Chest. You may recognize these 2 chests from the earlier time we were here. This chest is new, and it's got a lot of terrible soldiers around it. Terrible soldiers who don't have anything special. That guy's got the door key. Nevertheless, since there are chests, and since there are doors, we get to bring Colm. This team looks pretty good, but we need to adjust our items a bit. Grab another javelin for her. No more lightning magic for Arthur. If he runs out, he runs out. Seth has a million weapons. Franz has a Night Crest. I think we're just going to use it on him. The consensus in this game is don't wait till level 20 to promote. There's no sense in it. You gain levels so slow on your advanced classes that it's not like you won't cap by the end of the game unless you heavily arena abuse or do the side dungeons, which is the only reason you would ever want to hold on to 20. I think I may just give it the rest of this map to see how it goes. Ross has good enough weapons. Loot has good enough weapons. Colm here. Gonna give that back. May not use the Knight's Crest. We'll see how it goes. If he can get a couple more kills, he may get a level or two out of it. Definitely by chapter 10, you want to start promoting by between level 10 and 15. Some people say as soon as you hit level 10, promote. I'm not so sure about that. Staff users absolutely, I think, should promote at level 10. It's the only way they can do anything offensive. Other than that, they have to spam staves, and spamming staves is really hard. So let's get into the fight. My name is Ross. I am level 1. I am level 2. That is some weird skill ups, Ross. We don't want her anywhere in range of this guy. Thankfully, we have a Franz. Vanessa's strength is not good. Typically, Pegasus Knights are used as fast-hitting anti-magic units. They typically have the highest res of any non-mage character. Although, I don't know what levels we're getting on characters at this point. Like, they don't make a whole lot of sense. I know RNG is RNG, but Mulder wishes he had something to do more often. Oh, Colm's gonna move forward. Thanks, Armor Knight. Look at that 4 damage to Mulder. Just wait till he can do something back. Look who it is. This game is fun because pretty much everyone on our team is likable and pretty neat. You don't get that all the time in these games. Or in new games in general. Ross with a crit, showing off what he's going to do as a berserker. Gets a door key that he doesn't have any want, need, or desire for. Erika versus the Myrmidian is not even particularly close. Don't want to get too far ahead with Franz. Even though he is in no real danger. He may take a hit or two. It's definitely not going to be enough to cause him any... See, he's still getting a lot of experience on kills. And he's not severely over-leveled either. I'm going to send a mage each direction. Send Seth up here. Send Vanessa. In a route there are no archers. That's important. Meanwhile, Ford, Ephraim, and Kyle are as we left them. That silver sword's going to end up in the hands of Seth. Yes, Ford and Kyle and Ephraim are probably our worst units right now. Ford and Kyle say hello to their last map. I think that they're any good. Ephraim will stick around because he's Ephraim. He has a unique weapon. He, I think, can get another unique weapon. The goal here is to not die as Ford. No using ring leaf for you, ever. You do not have permission to use family heirlooms on common mooks. That's a good level. We can get here. Ooh. We really can't. Thankfully, this is a C's because Colton's going to have to come in here, and then he's going to have to go all the way back around. He's probably going to get rescued by Franz at some point. The game of who has the door key. So as to save lockpicks, because I really don't want to cart door keys around between maps. This isn't that Fire Emblem. There is a Fire Emblem where, holy crap, I hope you're carting around door keys when you find them. Not this one though. Hello, my name is Seth. I have an Iron Lance. That's all that needs to be said. As we wait to see if this entire room will suicide itself on Seth. This could be any other character, but all our characters are pretty much in the same spot. That is a paladin crit. It's hilarious. Seth gets his second level of the game. And it's almost perfect. Thanks, Seth. Glad we're not wasting the minimal experience you're getting. Okay, well, this room is clear. Fire Emblem. It's still an enemy phase game. I think it's funny the victory fanfare is playing even though we really haven't done squat. I will leave it to this guy whether or not he wants to try to trade with Arthur across the wall. He almost certainly will not. Or he absolutely should not. But he may try. Okay, the one safe spot, and everyone's moved except the people we don't necessarily want to move. Sir, why do you have a longbow? He does want to trade. He's going to do 0 and take 26. Thank you for that. Arthur is just completely broken. He's going to get a guiding ring at 20. Not even to bother pretending that we're going to early promote him. Everyone else, maybe. Okay, Angelic Rope. Okay, and now I have our thief on Franz's horse. Let's make sure you don't have stupid weapons on you. You don't, okay. Sometimes they like to have horse slayers or whatever, and that's bad. Kyle still has the javelin. Which means if this does not kill, Ephraim would have to miss 2 7% miss chances consecutively. Then the other two could still both get attacks in. We are going to let those guys come to us. has a longbow and I'm sad. If you think I am using a guide and should know where everything is, I am only sort of using a guide. And by that I mean, I have some notes. There used to be a guy with a longbow there. He disappeared somewhere. Okay, we can move you to the top of the stairs. Any surprises? Steel ants. Steel ants. No surprises. You will start getting paranoid when you see things come out of Fog of War with horse slayers and attack your cavalry. The boulder is going to wait over here. Everyone else is going to wait. There's a thief appeared on the stairs right there. Thieves are bad. They steal stuff. We don't want them to steal stuff because we want to steal stuff. Ross is getting 1 XP because he was hit. See what I mean by they steal stuff? That's a vulnerability we're never going to get back. And we could take lockpicks from him, but what a slog this is going to be. Kyle could have at least crit for us. Feels like he owes us that much. Well, we could have stolen his lockpicks if we had our thief over here. But we didn't. Also, it would have been a much longer trek back. I'm not too worried about thieves' tools. You see how often we use thieves. And if you actually promote the thieves, they stop needing to use tools. I did realize just a second ago that I forgot to bring Natasha over this direction. That's a pretty great Ross level. So I don't actually have a healer over here. That's okay though, because I don't really need one. Arthur doesn't count yet. Also, he doesn't count yet. And Seth, they keep going for Seth. Seth is minding his own business, just kind of standing there, and Steph's like, "Hello, I would like to suicide on you, please." Okay, this should be a Kyle kill. Then the next thing should attack Kyle, and Kyle should damage it. Oh no, it's gonna throw a javelin. What a bastard. I am a little worried about Vanessa right now. Have no fear. Seth and Ross are here. Of course, our guy with the javelin is the one in the front. It'd be really nice to have Kanto right about now. But we don't. So, you know. And once more, a very slow thing comes and picks a fight with Seth. And so does something that didn't have to pick a fight with Seth. Okay. Ephraim gets a good 10th level, maybe? Strength luck. He does not. Thanks, Ephraim. Here's your thief. I think you asked for one of those. Molder is level from healing, 1 magic, 1 speed. Longbows, again. Tired of longbows. You can quote me on this, but lightning is definitely better than flex. Oh hey, we can break through this wall. That's something I wish I would have remembered. Hey, that has a longbow too. Colm could have had himself a nice new set of lockpicks. That's a terrible level. I hope I didn't forget to kill something. Guess sometimes Arthur just crits and it's fun. Normally when you have two cavaliers like this, you'd be asking which one's the red knight and which one's the green knight. Well, it might kind of be obvious. And as always, Mulder is more hurt than anyone he might want to heal. Their stat growths are so bad. But here comes the cow to throw a javelin. Okay, almost done. Didn't even give me a door key. Guess unless and until something happens. We're just kind of sitting here. We're gonna send a whip to storage. Hello, Great Knights. Not as egregiously horrific to fight as in other games. They don't mess around here either. I think the big takeaway there is Notice that Seth can take a bunch of damage if that dude so wishes. Okay, well we got him to switch over to his javelin, which does honestly absolutely nothing. Except we watch Great Shield proc. We take a little damage. And then miss. Boy, that's fun. Okay, show us what you got. Lord Valter is not nearly as merciful as Dude just seems like kind of a dick. That's the vibe he gives off. And because it's a seize and because we have nothing else to do, we're gonna seize. Emperor Vigard has enlisted some otherworldly powers. And that is the end of Chapter 8. And this is where we pick which story we choose. Do we go down Erika's route or Ephraim's route? Men must treat women with honor and discretion. That's what Father McGregor says. Father McGregor keeps getting angry. Are we speaking of the same man? Our father will likely outlive us all. Well... Being emperor is hard. Yeah. My father's always very tired. What a wacky pair they are. Traipse, 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 all the way back. Hello, Tana. It's War Council time. This is Myrrh. She is a mannequin. Or Manakete. She lost her Dragonstone. Still not a fan of giving everyone gem names in the Grado army. The Moonstone, the Tiger Eye, the Fluorospore. Those are some shit soldiers there. grotto still seems like they're intent on unleashing whatever weird darkness is there on the world. Although it may have already been unleashed. I guess we're off to Johanna and Rouston. Inez to Johanna, Erika to Rouston, Ephraim, the Imperial capital. Very few soldiers to take with us. We get 10,000 gold. Erika and Ephraim will now part ways. Which will you accompany? This playthrough, we're going with Erika. What we'll do after this is an Ephraim map. Or rather, an Ephraim playthrough. They spend a few chapters apart. They end up back together at the end. But we will travel with Erika. And we get Kylan Ford. Who will be welcome on our bench. And their weapons will be spread out. The Tower of Volney has appeared. Battling these monstrosities is a good way for units to gain strength. Once you clear a map, you'll have access to the next floor. Each floor is more difficult, so come prepared. Dark creatures may also appear on other bases on the world map. Like this. We can now fight quasi-random battles. That, however, will be next time. See y'all there.